So by now you have probably already heard about the DJI ban that has taken place in the United States. So the FCC added DJI to its coveted list at the end of 2025. And practically, so what this means is that you can still use existing DJI drones in the US, but you can't really buy new drones. And also, already for a while now, for professional and governmental contracts, you can't really use DJI, you have to rely on other manufacturers. And so, beside me today, I have two drones. One is the DJI's M400, and the other one is the Inspired Flight IF800 drone. So this is USA-made drone versus Chinese-made drone. The price difference between them is about $10,000. So the Inspired Flight being around $30,000 and the M400 being around $20,000. So which drone is better? What are the advantages of each? So this is the video in which we'll try to help you answer this question. And especially because our software, it does support drones from different platforms. That's why also we get this question a lot. So without any further ado, let's get into it. At this point, I would say the drone pilots are very used to how DJI products feel. They feel very premium, very Apple-like. But at the same time now, comparing it against the IF800, I must say that non-DJI drones have really developed. And this drone in particular, it does feel very premium as well, which might not have been my first expectation before using it. So even the remote controllers, when you compare both of them, they feel quite similar, very familiar. So if you're somebody who's used to using a DJI drone, actually I would say that making the switch from DJI to Inspired Flight isn't really going to be that difficult. So all of the things you will really be familiar with. And some of the design choices on the Inspired Flight drone, actually, I must say I really like, such as the way how the drone arms lock in place. I would say it's even better designed than what DJI has. I like how you can change the positioning of the camera payload. I like how the design of how you insert the batteries feels very familiar to what we had on the M300 and M350 drones. So I would say this platform feels very familiar, yet more open, because it is based on Autopilot flight platform, which means that if you're also, for example, used to using something like Q ground control or UgCS, of course, then it's very easy to integrate it inside of your workflow. And the other thing you have to think about is what is the drone actually technically capable of? Now, I won't try to read you the full spec sheet because I think that's something you can find for yourselves. In a lot of aspects, the drones are similar. In some, let's be honest, the M400 is ahead. But in some areas, it's actually just very marginal difference. And I think what matters most is that where you can actually use this drone. Because while the Inspired Flight is indeed more expensive, but also you have to remember it is made in the US, and you can use it for governmental contracts, private contracts, so you don't really need to worry on what jobs can you use the drone and on what jobs you cannot. But no matter what job you want to use the drone on, you know that UgCS can handle all of them. And that's why we've designed the software for any drone platform in mind. So you can use both the M400, the Inspired Flight, and other platforms with UgCS software. Now, when using both drones in the field, actually the experience can be quite close between both of them. So obviously both of them usually will be packed inside of drone cases, which means you will need to firstly insert the landing gear inside the drone, take it out, insert the battery, add the payload. So this experience actually is very close between both. Same goes for the remote controllers. You have to obviously turn both on, have to connect to any external flight planning software if you use it, plan your missions, and then you're ready to go. The flight time between both of them is actually very close. So I don't think you'll really see a huge difference there. From user standpoint, something that you will probably notice is the battery charging experience. So the M400 battery, you charge using the integrated battery case. And for the Inspired Flight, you have a separate charger where you need to plug in each of the batteries. Now, when it comes to the interface itself, obviously, I have to say DJI Pilot 2, it is a bit more polished. While Q ground control, it is a bit more technical, but it also gives you more freedom, more ability to adjust different parameters and adjust drone's behavior to exactly how you want it to be. DJI does have a really good payload swapping system, but at the same time, you have to remember that for the M400, there are actually two different gimbal mounting platforms. So if you're using the L3, you have to use one. if you're using a camera, you have to use another one. But at the same time, we can also see that actually Inspired Flight have made some interesting innovations. For example, the way how the payload is attached and the way how you can even slide it forwards and backwards to change the positioning of the drone's payload. Now, both drones do come with RTK GPS, so both of them you can use for gathering high accuracy data. And like I said, I think the transition between both actually isn't that far off nowadays as it was before. Because previously, if you had to use an autopilot or a PX4 based drone, then very often you had to use a controller you were not familiar with at all. In this case, I'd say things are changing quite a lot and the experience has definitely improved. And that's why I think this is what actually is a really great platform for users to switch to, because it is really easy to jump into. Once you're used to using DJI drones, it's really no problem to jump in the Inspired Flight. UgCS does allow you to synchronize the workflow no matter what drone you use. So you can plan out a route for one drone and then easily also transfer it to another one. And let me show you how you can do that. Now, let me start out by planning the route. So I'll just create a new route from scratch and I'll use the DJI M400 as my platform. Let's plan out a geophysical survey for a magnetometer. So this area I'll plan with a 50-meter flight height. The flight speed I'll set to 5 meters per second, and the side distance, again, I will initially set to also 50 meters. So now once I have marked out this polygon, I can hit enter and the route now will be calculated. Now I can open up the elevation profile and I can see how the route looks like. So what happens on the front, so what you can see as a user is simply the flight plan, and the flight plan is really platform agnostic. So not much really changes between having to plan it for the M400 or IF800 or any other drone. What changes is what's on the back end, so how UgCS exactly translates this route. But for you as the user, so you can see now I have this route planned out for the M400, which means I can already take and upload it to the drone. And if I, for example, had to change this route or even create another route for the IF800, I can now show you how you can do that. Firstly, if you just want to change the existing route, so you can just go here in the route parameters, and where we have the vehicle profile, just click here on the drop-down menu and you can select the IF800 drone. And now this whole route is recalculated for the IF800 platform. And now you can already upload this route to the IF800 drone. So let's be honest, the M400 is slightly more technologically advanced and a bit more simple to use. But at the same time, I must say the IF800 is not really that far behind. So you can really see that other drone manufacturers, they are indeed catching up, and the drones they make are better and better quality. But the drone itself, it's just the aircraft. So what matters is how you plan the mission, what kind of data you collect. And with UgCS, you can use both of these drones. In UgCS, you can plan LiDAR missions, photogrammetry missions, magnetometry. So whatever kind of data you need to collect, you can actually use any of these systems with the same software. So even if you need to move between doing governmental contract, private contract, you can integrate drones from different manufacturers with the same software, meaning that your actual workflow won't really change all that much. And so if you have the question in your mind, so which drone should you choose? Which drone is better? And honestly, I must say that if you're a commercial drone operator and you are only working for private contracts, and if you are able to get your hands on the M400 or even the older M350 drone, then go for it. These drones are great and they will serve the purpose. But at the same time, if you are either already doing or looking to do governmental jobs, actually really consider the IF800 drone. Now, if you're interested in any of these drones, actually we did film separate videos on each of them, so make sure to check those out. But no matter which of these drones you plan to use, UgCS is the software for the job, because it does support professional flights, professional flight planning, and that's why we recommend go also check out the UgCS Open. You can try it out now. Using UgCS Open, you can learn professional flight planning and develop your workflow, which will make sure that you can use whatever drone is there on the market and you won't really have to change the way how you plan out your missions. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.